I should zoom in for this part. Let's see. I feel like that actually needs maybe a little bit of a shadow, like right there. Let's see. That can be taken out. This can be taken out a little bit. I don't like that blue. This one is a weird cloud that I haven't really touched like the whole time. I don't know if I should even touch it now. Let's look at it with the dragons again. I like the dragons, but they might actually be stealing the show a little bit. Like, it doesn't make it about the clouds anymore. You know, there's a giant dragon in the scene. I'll fix these edges first. Then we can get back to the dragon. That'll be my incentive to keep going, so I can go and fix the dragon. I'm trying not to get too brushy still, but you know, I want the texture of this brush to come through. I'm trying to be very intentional about the direction. Direction of this brush. I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry if I get silent. I am trying to make sure that these clouds look like clouds and not like hats floating in the sky. It's hard to do for me. Clouds act like water, so I'm told. Like I've said a million times, I'm taking an online course thing in painting, and the third part of these clouds is opacity, and I don't actually know how to implement that, really. I'm just going to keep kind of adding the background of the sky, like I did here, into the clouds until it feels right. That's kind of my plan. That edge feels really sharp right there. I'm going to take that down. That feels really sharp. I'm going to take that down. Like, I can almost get the dark blue of the sky to blend in on this corner right here. You can't even see it anymore. The cloud is so big. Pushing back. This probably needs to be a little bit lighter right here. This is the most farthest forward of the cloud. I also want it to point like that down to this city. Though this center part where the two puffs combine, that would actually be an area of occlusion. Like it would come up like that a little bit. Yeah. Wait, that's not the right one. I'm not going to get tea again. I have my tea. I think now I'm going to fix the dragons. I could also fix my character in the foreground. This guy right here. I could fix him. Rasputin. That's that guy from Psychonauts, isn't it? Rasputin? I really like the game Psychonauts, if that's the one you're talking about. Gotta move this into the dragon layer. Okay. So, like everything else, I should probably treat this dragon as areas of light and shadow. Let's see, I can get back to a really light blue. That. I'm using the cloud brush for really no reason. I'm going to switch back to the sponge brush. Let's see, the edge of his eye is going to be indented like this. It will kind of come back into the cheekbone, kind of like a gradient. It'll swoop this way. So the next thing I would do is I'd add this light part right here. Like this is the edge of his face. So that'll be light like that. And then the nose, or let's see, the bottom of his face needs to be really even darker. And this will blend in a little bit more smoothly. I want this horn to be darker here. We go back into the clipping mask. There we go. Let me just edit this out a little bit, make this horn pointier. And then I need to, well, this dragon actually needs a lot. He's very blurry. I actually feel like because I've made this almost solid pink, I'm not getting a lot of the effect of that I have right here. Oops, of subsurface scattering. I'm getting like his skin is pink. So I'm gonna make the edges a little bit darker, like that. Like the skin is getting thicker when it touches the edges of the bones in the tail. I don't know what this deal is. I think maybe the clipping mask is being weird. Yeah, it's the clipping mask. All right, and then the this part of the neck is actually going to get some bounce light. It's not that much bounce light, but it'll get some, like that. And then this part of the stomach is going to have sort of a texture. I probably shouldn't be adding textures this soon into a painting. I draw a lot of dragons. I draw too many dragons, probably. And then maybe this part, because there's light coming through right there, this part of the body is actually going to get some orange light kind of reflecting onto it, like that. The edge of where the skin meets the tail will probably still be really dark, but you might get some glow right here. Let's see, I'm sitting on my knees and I shouldn't, that makes my legs fall asleep. Let's see. Then you have the light part of the tail. I don't even know if it would be that light, but the light part there. Maybe the very edge of it will be that bright. I don't want it to blend into the clouds. Like, he's still got to be darker. Like, it's almost got to be like this color. Oops. this color right here. That's the color of light hitting him. Because the clouds don't have any of that color. This is a purple dragon, so. Sometimes you can't just add the light with the gradient tool. It doesn't look quite right. Yeah, I think that looks better because then he's not blending in to the background. So I can add the very edge here. This tail will probably have subsurface scattering in it just because this skin might be a little bit thin here. So maybe like a light pink color like that. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, and then I've got to probably blend these a little bit better than I have. I know this has got to be a lot darker. This is not bounce light dark. This is should be probably even darker than that. Maybe a cooler blue. This, oops. Wait, no, warm shadows, warm shadows. We don't want cool blue. We want something like this. Cool light, warm shadow. That is what I'm supposed to be sticking to. You don't always have to have rules about it, but I like to because it gives me some sort of guidance. Unifies everything a little bit. All right, and his eye. His eye is probably going to be yellow, I think. Fix his eyebrow because he should be getting a little light on the top of his brow. That's looking a lot better. I think that the pure blue mixing with it was making it too gray. Now he actually feels more like the painting. Yeah, I'm gonna make his eye like that color. Like this. I think that's great. Pupils are always really dark, so I'm gonna make super dark, very small pupil. It's gonna be looking down at that character. It might be too small for anybody to see anything, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that being the case. I thought I made this painting look really big. It should be double the size of a computer screen. I don't know if it is though. Let me view actual size. I've had, yeah, it's not. This is like exactly the size of a computer screen. I've had a lot of difficulty, like more than I feel like I should, with understanding how the canvas size of and the pixel size of this stuff works, you know, with Photoshop. It's like one of the most difficult things about digital for me. It's just been understanding how big to make my canvas. I think this is too small because then I can't get into the detail. I could probably make it bigger, like I go back at this stage and then like double its size. It'll be a little blurry, but then I can work on it doubled. I don't know what I'm doing with the edges now. I like to add light edges by dark edges. This is probably